Oh man, this transfer window is heating up. Not for us because we haven't got anything decided. There's a lot of conflicting reports in relation to Martín Zubimendi. Again, I want to urge caution. Let's wait to the end of the window before we draw conclusions. I understand the frustration. I do want us to pick up the pace. I wish I was a fly on the wall at London Coley, or I wish I was in the group chat between currently Jason Ito because he's announced he's leaving, but the gardening leave, Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta. Now, obviously, if your team is involved in the Nations League or better yet your country, you're obviously doing what you're doing for your country. Martin Zubimendi has allegedly spoken, people, on medical reports. It's an example of what surrounds football. Many times, sorry, I wake up in the morning and read things that I didn't know I'd done. That must be fun. That was a clear example. It's true that I didn't take it very seriously, but anyways, I uploaded those photos to emphasize a little that it wasn't exactly the reality of what was happening. So what do you make of that? Because again, what's actually reported in the media and what's going on in the footballing world are two different things. Do you lot think we'll get Zubimendi? Don't you? Because I mean, on the best of days, you can't really celebrate until something's done. No matter what we were led to believe that Zubimendi's deal was done in January. If anything, he's probably the best example of doing a U-turn. If we continue that, people, he said it's going to be a different long summer. I don't know how it will end. And the midfielder says he's not ruling out staying at Real Sociedad next season when he did an interview with Radio Nacional. You'd imagine there'll be some other talking points filtering. We've gone over that as well, people. Hand of Arsenal is an ITK. To be fair, I'm not endorsing or condemning them, but he does seem to have a fairly decent track record. He said Martin Zubimendi will be joining Arsenal Football Club pending a medical. Stop reacting to everything and anything. I hear that, and I'm not reacting, but I am reacting because I'm making content, and obviously it's a chance to speak with you guys. Please make sure you're smashing, you're subscribing, and you're hitting the like button, people. So it all depends where you want to read. We've gone over the future stuff, but I didn't see this bit. If Xabi Alonso calls me to join Real Madrid, I've always said Xavi is my idol, and it was a privilege to have him as my coach at La Real B. If he called me now, I don't want to talk about hypothesis. Is that it? Or hypotheticals again? You know me, dyslexic. I'd rather talk about the present. It would be disrespectful to talk about that while I'm on national team duty. I posted pics on a Spanish beach while rumors said I'm in London doing medicals for Arsenal. Yes, I did that to make clear those rumors were not true, people. Completely off topic. Arsenal apparently are interested in Quinton Timber, the twin of Jurien Timber. Liverpool, Manchester United, and Spurs are also allegedly keen on the Dutchman. Arsenal are in the market for a new goalkeeper to understudy David Raya. Their long-standing interest in Juan Garcia is well documented, but he appears to be headed elsewhere. Arsenal already working on alternatives. Allegedly, Victor Gyökeres has already defined the future. The Swedish striker has decided to return to England. He has been ruled out of the Sweden squad. The official reason is injury. Unclear whether that's an injury or an injury, and it said it may be a nasty case of transversitis. And whatnot. We have heard as well, Arsenal have explored parameters of deals for Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko. Arsenal's leadership group have debated the merits of both players. If they made a clear decision on their preference, they're keeping it close to their chest. It is, if it's to be Sesko, Leipzig would prefer an early sale, having missed out on Champions League qualification. There's a financial shortfall for Leipzig to meet. Gyökeres, however, may be cheaper. So more ready now, 27, cheaper. Do you go with Gyökeres or do you commit a bit more to Sesko? Because clearly you believe him and in him. And we hear it's excluding Berta, but including him now. We hear the consensus is that everybody at the club is convinced. We've been looking at him for years. I'm at the point now where I would like Gyökeres. I'm cool with Sesko. I just want a striker, people. Moving away from that, or not moving away, double tabs. In wide areas, Arsenal have explored a number of options. Senior figures at the club have held talks with Leroy Sané. The expectation has been that Sané would renew with Bayern Munich, but Arsenal are an alternative if he decides to move on. Arsenal's coaching staff are also keen admirers of Rodrigo. However, the numbers associated with a hypothetical deal would be challenging. Arsenal's interest in Nico Williams is long-standing, while Anthony Gordon is another who the club like, but who would command a high fee. While there's been speculation about the left flank, Arsenal may need a player who is an option on the right. Wanjeri can play in that position, but in the long term has been earmarked for a central role. Martin Zubimendi's move, courtesy of Gunner Blog, is effectively agreed pending a medical, but some fans may have to wait for confirmation. Real Sociedad have expressed a preference for the deal not to be ratified until July for accounting processes. Arsenal apparently have allocated funds to Per Mertesacker to strengthen the academy this summer. Thomas Partey's reps have held talks with Barcelona. The player has so far been unable to agree a new contract at Arsenal beyond the expiry of his deal this month. kind of the same things where Benjamin Sesko and Gyökeres are concerned. In terms of Gyökeres and Sesko, my information is that Arsenal are working towards confirming the frameworks of both deals before making a final decision on which to proceed with. Sesko has near universal backing at the club, but crucially will be the more expensive deal. Gyökeres' chances of moving to Arsenal have increased since Andrea Berta's appointment. Price is key here. Sesko ticks many boxes in terms of profile. He's younger and plays in a stronger league, according to recruitment data. Gyökeres is more economical, but would see the club divert from their long-term strategy, given Sesko has always been a target. Sometimes different formulas can breed different results. Romano has said that Sesko will leave Leipzig this summer. Arsenal have held concrete talks. Arsenal spoke to Leipzig and had conversations with the agent of the player. Arsenal are starting to understand the whole situation around Sesko's contract terms. Player value, I'm told, could be less than the reported 100 million euros. Now, there is still nothing agreed as of today between Arsenal and Sesko, but there is contact ongoing between all parties involved. I think making contact for Sesko is showing how concrete Arsenal's interest is, people. I mean, the most exciting thing, or not really, is Raheem Sterling has not yet been officially notified that his time at Arsenal will not be extended, but the expectation is that he will leave this summer. I mean, it's sunshine for Arsenal. Maybe there's a coaching job. Again, the deal for Zuba Mendy is allegedly agreed. Whether you want to panic or not is down to you. And Buemo, apparently Brentford are playing hardball and want over 60 million. I hope United don't get him. I'm a bit sour. Cunha and Buemo signing kind of the rhetoric of the best of the rest. I have covered this in a previous video, but this has said Chelsea are looking to hijack the Nico Williams deal, people. And, you know, his wage demands could be a stumbling block for that kind of price. Ben Jacobs has said Bilbao have begun initial talks with Nico Williams to renew his contract. Discussions include a deal that would increase his current 58 million euros release clause and push the player's salary towards 10 million per year, people. So draw whatever conclusions you want there. That basically confirms that he's in talks and ready to sign a new deal. He's got 2 years left on such, people. Big up Gabriel Jesus because he's continuing his rehab over there at Palmeiras. 2 ACLs in a matter of years is crazy. Romano said a dream target for Chelsea and Arsenal is Nico Williams, but it's very expensive. The player is still not giving any indication about where he wants to go. You got to keep your cards close to your chest. Do you go for Jadon Sancho, people? He's not going to stay at Chelsea. Is that something we have to explore? Jack Wilshere is the front runner to become the manager of League One side Plymouth Argyle. Dalmashev said there's more certainty in Arsenal's executive structure following the appointment of Andrea Berta. As a result, Arsenal are expected to be very decisive in this transfer window, and I expect them to get their business done efficiently, people. So we'll have to see in that regard. So there's a lot of whispers, there's a lot of rumors. Honest to God, who knows?